My Sweet Audrina, Part 2, Sisters. That very same evening, Papa held me on his lap for the last time. You're growing up, Audrina. Each day sees you more and more a woman. I see the changes taking place in your body, and I certainly hope your aunt did a good job of instructing you on how to handle certain situations. From now on, I won't be able to cuddle you like this. People often presume ugly things, but even if I don't hold you, it won't mean I don't love you. His hands were in my hair as I pressed my face against his shirt front. At that moment, all I felt was his love. I'm proud and very glad you promised to take care of Sylvia, he went on in an emotional voice, as if, at last, I was proving myself to be very like his first and most beloved Audrina. It is your duty to take care of your unfortunate sister. You must agree never to put her in a mental institution where she'll be abused by other patients, by the attendants who are not honorable when it comes to pretty young girls, and she will be beautiful. Even now you can see it. She won't have any mental capabilities, but men won't care. She'll be used by them, and abused by them. By the time she reaches puberty, some boy will steal her virginity, perhaps make her a mother. And God help her child, which will then become your responsibility too. Don't look at me like that and think I'm putting my burden on your young shoulders. Sylvia will outlive me, just as you will. I'm preparing you for the time when I'm gone, and your Aunt Elizabeth is too. I sobbed on his shoulder, thinking of the heavy cross Sylvia was. Papa carried me up the stairs for the last time and tucked me into bed, and maybe for the last time he kissed me goodnight. Vague images came of all the times he'd put me to bed and kissed me goodnight and heard my prayers and taken me to the first Audrina's room to rock and dream. He was telling me as I stood in the doorway, looking at me sadly, that from now on he expected me to be an adult. It's all right, Papa, I said in a strong voice. I'm not afraid to walk the halls at night now. If Sylvia cries out in her sleep, I'll run to her, and you won't have to bother. But you love her, too, and do for her all that you did for me. I'm not even afraid to sit in the rocking chair anymore. When you don't stay outside the door, I do become the empty pitcher that fills to overflowing with everything beautiful. The boys in the woods don't bother me now, for I've learned not to fear them like I used to. Thank you, Papa, for helping me overcome my fear of boys. He stood there silent for long, long moments. I'm happy to hear your empty pitcher has filled. When I rock in that chair now, I can find Mama and talk to her. Is that crazy, Papa? Some shadow came to darken his eyes even more. Stay out of the rocking chair, Audrina. It's done all it can for you now. What? How surprising. I knew now I wasn't going to give it up. Papa was protecting me from something he didn't want me to know, and that very something was what I had to know. He left me then and closed the door, and I was alone. I lay so still in the gloom I could hear the house breathe, and the boards of floors whispered, confiding away to keep me here forever. In the dimness of my shadowed room, with all the ghosts of previous Whiteburns murmuring, I heard the creak of my door as it opened, and it softly closed. It stood on end. The long white garment it wore trailed the floor. I almost screamed. Audrina, it's only me, Vera. My heart pounded so fast from the fright she'd given me that my voice quivered when I asked what she wanted. Weak and faltering, her words came to dumbfound me. I want to be your friend, if you'll have me. I'm tired of living in a house where everybody hates me, even my own mother. Audrina, I don't have anybody. Teach me how to make people love me like they love you. Your mother doesn't love me, I choked. Yes, she does. At least she loves you more than she loves me. She trusts you with the best china and crystal, and that's the real reason she lets you take on most of my chores. I'm not good enough to be a kitchen slave. Audrina, have you noticed how often she throws that into Papa's face? It's her weapon to beat him with it. Like she knows it hurts him when she says that. But that's what he made your mother, his kitchen and bedroom slave. I didn't like this kind of talk. It seemed disloyal. My mother loved him, I said defensively. When you love, I suppose you give up what you want for yourself. Then give up something for me, Audrina. Love me as you are willing to love Sylvia. And she's retarded and stupid, even if she is little and pitiful and kind of cute. I'll be your best sister. I will, from now on. I swear never to be mean or hateful to you again. Please be my friend, Audrina. Please trust me. Vera had never come near me before without making some attempt to harm me or my possessions. She trembled as she stood near my bed, seemingly pathetically vulnerable in her long white nightgown with her strange hair that rose straight up and made her look frightful. Yet I couldn't help understanding. It was terrible to be unloved by my own mother, and if she wanted my love, I'd give it a try. Less than eagerly, I allowed her to crawl into my bed and locked each other's arms. We were soon fast asleep. I never questioned why. On the very day that Sylvia came home, Vera decided she needed me. I was only grateful. Soon Vera and I were very close, and having so much fun together, it seemed impossible that a short while ago that I thought she was my worst enemy. Though she studied with Mr. Rinsdale once a week, she began to come with me every day to my music classes. Very proper and subdued, she'd sit on the sofa and listen to me. Arden whispered that he was happy that Vera and I were friends at last. That's the way it should be with sisters, or first cousins. Families should stick together. It's all right to say she's my sister. Everybody thinks she is anyway. Now that I was seeing Vera and my music teacher together, I thought I could judge from their behavior just what lies or truths Vera had told me. Were they really lovers? One hot summer afternoon, Vera wore nothing but a brief white bra with her bright green shorts. I had on white blouse, a skirt that Papa approved of for music lessons. The way Vera was dressed, or undressed, he'd think was indecent for me. As I earnestly tried to play with the sensitivity of a promising artist, Vera sprawled in one of Mr. Rinsdale's chairs, one leg thrown over an arm. Her fingers traced circles over her breast to define her nipples, which was already protruding. Mr. Rinsdale couldn't keep his eyes away from wondering her way. No matter how beautifully I played or how many mistakes I made, he didn't notice. What good had 18 hours of practice on one piece done when Vera was there to distract him? Thoughtlessly, Vera would hug herself, caress her thighs, her arms, jiggle her breasts as if to shake crumbs out of her bra. It was amazing how she kept so busy doing things to her body. Vera, for God's sake, what's wrong with you? Snapped Lamar Rinsdale. A bee stung me in the most embarrassing place. And it hurts. I need to pull out the stinger, but I can't see it. It's on the bottom side of my... I know where it is, he said shortly. You've been trying to pull it out for half an hour. Audrina, go into my bedroom and help your sister pull out the stinger. Mr. Rinsdale had his back turned to her and was looking at me pleadingly. Behind him, Vera was violently shaking her head, telling me no, she didn't want my help. I got up anyway and went to the bathroom to wait for Vera. Minutes passed. Hurry up, Vera. Soon Arden will be coming back to take us home. It's all right. I just now managed to pull out the stinger myself. As I came back into the living room, she smiled and tugged down her brief bra. All I needed was a good magnifying mirror. Thank you for letting me use your tweezers, Mr. Rinsdale. Why was he looking so red-faced? Then I saw Vera's smug look and guessed she'd pulled up her bra and in front of him and had pulled out the stinger, if there had been one there in the first place. From that day forward, I began to notice the little exchanges between them. For my sake, it seemed he wanted to show decorum. For my sake, too, Vera wanted to reveal just what the relationship was. When it was her time to play at the piano, she struggled to produce some childish tune that made him wince, and yet her halter top would come untied, or her tennis dress would show her panties. She flirted with her eyes, with her gestures, with the way she sat carelessly inviting him, telling him in all possible ways that she'd be free with herself, if and when he wanted. I began to dislike her again. She told jokes that made me blush, and he sat with eyes downcast, seemingly very tired. Always he looked so tired. It's the heat, he explained when I questioned. The mugginess drains me of energy. Oh, save a little, Mr. Rinsdale, crooned Vera. Save just enough for the sake of pleasure. He said nothing, only got up and handed me my assignments. I hope your house isn't as humid as this one. He didn't assign anything to Vera, but they exchanged some secret message with their eyes. The downstairs rooms are wonderfully cool, chimed up Vera, but upstairs it's just as hot and muggy as this. I'd go naked all the time if Papa and my aunt didn't have a fit. I stared at Vera once in a great while, during a long hot spell. Our upstairs was stuffy, but seldom so hot anyone would need to stay nude. As the summer day stretched long and sultry, the beach was an occasional treat with Arden beside me and Papa keeping a watchful eye on what we did together. Vera refused to go anywhere with Papa, and my aunt had too much to do to have any time for fun. Sylvia toddled on the sand, looking pitifully different from other children. Her size and age. She couldn't fill her sand bucket, but she tried diligently. She didn't have enough sense to run from the waves that could have caught her in the undertow and carried her out to sea. It was Arden and I who ran to save her time and again. Papa sprawled under a huge, colorful umbrella eyeing all the pretty girls. Soon I learned that Sylvia would eat anything, even grass. She crawled outside the house, inside the house, got up to stumble around, bumping into things. Miraculously, after the first day, she never broke anything. Left alone in the garden for only a few seconds, she meandered off and became lost. Once, after an hour of frantic searching and calling, I found her sitting under a tree, eating wild strawberries, looking as innocent as a fairy without sense.